Hello. Apparently we're live. I can't see myself over there, but never mind. We are live, I'm told. So let me just see if I can get this to work over here. No. Yes. Here I am. Right. I just need to get this to go quiet. Just give me 2 seconds. Yeah. Here I am.
We have Roland with us tonight. Hello, Roland. Glad to see you from the Black Forest. I'll bet it's beautiful there this time of year. Roland, we would sure like to have you come on via video or phone and be part of the show sometime. It would be
Yeah, that'd
a
be
lot
great,
of fun.
Roland. Really would like that. Sorry about that, folks. I had a bit of trouble off to my left, but all gone away and we're all here again. I hope you're all happy and glad to join us tonight. We were going to have an international famous magician join us tonight. Were we not, Jeff?
We were. Poor old Ponderer was going to join us tonight and do some magic for us, but him and his wife both are very under the weather, so we'll have to do it another night.
And stuck on the throne as well, sadly. But anyway, wishes go out to the Ponderer and his Mrs. Ponderer. I hope they feel better soon. And perhaps next time we come on, he'll come and do the magic trick, because I know he had a special set of magic cards in order to do this. And over here, I have a guest who's going to join us later, who particularly wanted to see Ponderer in his work, but he's going to come and say hello a little bit later anyway. So
he did. Our guest very much wanted to see the Ponderer perform some magic. We have Allison O'Brien with us tonight, and the station master. I'm hoping that the station master calls in later if he has the opportunity to tell us about his trip that he recently went with Jackie.
That would be good, yes, because he's been off on a bit of a jolly somewhere nice. Oh, hello. We've got a phone call already. This must be the earliest ever. Hello, you're through to the show. Who am I talking to?
Hello, Gabriel. It's Peter from Southend.
Oh, good. Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember last week I told you all about that lovely couple I've met, Pete and Elaine, and they lived in Southend, and they challenged me to get to the end of Southend Pier and back in a day from Glastonbury. So I've taken them up on that challenge, and I'm going to Southport Pier the end of next Thursday. That's about the 10th or something, 9th, 10th. But next Thursday we'll be going. And Pete, who's on the phone here, and his lovely wife are going to meet me and take me on the train. How you doing, Pete?
I'm all right, thank you, Gabriel. Yourself?
Yeah, mustn't grumble. I'm just going to try and get a bit more volume out of this rubbishy phone here.
I've got a phone. So it might be this one, actually.
No, it's mine. I've just had to disconnect from this one because it was dropping calls and making my life hell. So it's now been relegated to the studio phone. How's things over in Southport?
Southend, you mean?
Southend, yeah, Southend.
We'll go to Southport. You could be a few miles away from us. Southend, you mean,
You wouldn't be there when I got there, would you? That'd be a shame.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, it's okay. You know, we're surviving.
Good. I don't know what the weather's going to be like, but I suppose the train's got a roof on it, hasn't it?
Oh, it certainly has. Yeah, it certainly has. Yeah.
While you're here, have a say hello to Jeff, the other chap on the channel here, because he's sitting there listening away.
Hello, Jeff. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Oh, I'm fine. We're fine, thank you. I often watch you on the website. It's good.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. So we'll be down, and I'm hoping at some point, we've only got a short amount. What did we say? Just under 3 hours, isn't it? 2 and a bit hours.
Yeah.
We'll be able to get from the station to the train and back to the station and include cake in there somewhere, won't we?
Oh, without a doubt, cake and coffee.
Absolutely.
in a very unusual cafe. I think you'll like it, Gabriel. I think it'll be right up your street.
Is the cafe itself worth a film, do you think?
Yeah, it's quite unusual. It's called the Utopia. It's very good.
I'll have to look at that. Yes, it's got cake in it. It's good. I'm happy.
Wait a minute. You are worried about having cake, and you ate a half a gallon of butterscotch ice cream today?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody else knows this, but that when we grew up, we used to eat lots of instant whip. It's like the Americans a thing called got Jello. It's similar, and you put milk in, you whip it up, and it goes into like a thing, and you eat it. And my favourite flavour was always butterscotch. And I'm in the supermarket today, and I happen to notice in the freezer they've started doing instant whip butterscotch ice cream. What can I say?
There is a God.
There is a God. There is a God, and He loves me. And I proved He loved me by buying a tub of it. And I thought I'll just have a little bit while I wait for the show to go live. And it's
well, you must do your market research, Gabe.
Exactly, it was market research. I mean, I was doing a series. I'm going to ask Bernie how he does spreadsheets later, and I'm going to do a spreadsheet all about my butterscotch ice cream. Bernie, if you're out there, I need a spreadsheet, buddy. Anyway, Pete, thanks for ringing in. I'll be talking to you between now and then to organise the final points of it. But we're going to see you on Thursday.
We can meet you at the station, Gabriel. Be no problems. And it's only about a 5-minute walk to the pier from the station, so it's very local.
Fantastic. That's brilliant. I'm looking for. I've been to Southport. Oh, must have been
Southend, Gabriel. Do not go to Southport. You will be miles away.
Southend. I should tell the ladies, if you don't know, Southport's up in Lancashire. Southend is down near London. So I know which one I'm going to. I might call it the wrong thing, but I know roughly where I'm going. Anyway, we look forward to seeing you next week, and we'll have an adventure. And you,
all right, then.
Bye-bye, buddy.
Thanks for the videos. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.
See you later.
Bye.
Well, isn't that fantastic? I tell you what, I'm so looking forward to going over to Southport. No, Southend. I'm so looking forward
We have Abigail with us tonight. Good evening, boys.
Hey, Abigail.
It's good to have you back, Abigail. We have Ryan with us, Station Master says Gabe can't go anywhere without cake or coffee.
It's what fuels the channel. I should call the channel Cake and Coffee, really, shouldn't I? Maybe somebody's already done it. I don't know.
Allison says, I'm still in the process of getting the kids' book done. I will get there in the end. Well, good luck. Keep us posted.
Absolutely.
We have Carnival Vibes with us tonight. Good evening, all.
Good evening. Evening.
And we're all caught up.
Excellent. So where are you, Jeff, at the moment?
I am in Laramie, Wyoming at the Loves. I came here today. The weather is absolutely beautiful. The wind's blowing quite strongly.
And you're in that truck stop there somewhere. Absolutely.
I am. I am.
For those who don't know, what is in an American truck stop?
Well, they usually have a standalone restaurant of some kind, and they have showers and usually a lounge. Some of them are quite nice. Some of them are there are ones that have other stuff. Jubitz comes to mind. The Jubitz truck stop in Portland. They have there's a barbershop. There's a movie theater that's free. There's there's like 3 or 4 restaurants. It's pretty lavish.
Excellent. So that you get looked after in these places, and the food's decent sometimes. I say sometimes because sometimes the food that Jeff complains to, I hear the complaints, and the food is not good in some of these places.
Some of them are quite bad. And whoever said that every truck stop needs a Subway, no, it does not.
No. Because
you guys have Subway over there. I'm assuming you do.
We do, yeah. Sadly, because one of the things that Jeff notices, the good truck stops have got like a family-run restaurant in there. They've been there doing it for a while. They know what they're doing. and then suddenly a big conglomerate will come along, buy up the entire truck stop, and then before you know it, all these little family places are replaced with big, horrible, nasty chains, and they come to be just like all the other ones, and that kills loads of them, doesn't it, Jeff?
Yes, it does. Flying J is notorious for that. They buy up the independents and they close the restaurants and put a Subway in it, and they just completely destroy them. They're absolutely horrible. Ryan says I'm on my way back from Bristol.
Oh, he's on his way back. Good, because I did tell him not to linger over there because they are prone to cancelling buses over there, to be perfectly honest. And you don't want to get stuck. I think Ryan wants our number, so I need to put our number on the screen. So there we go. If you're watching the show and you want the number, there it is. Call us now on 07464 644 288, and you can say anything you want as long as it's not rude, because we got people on here.
Mark's Adventure says, no, it needs a Sloppy Joe's. What's a Sloppy Joe's? Are you talking about?
A Sloppy Joe. I think that's I don't know. Sloppy Joe's. We have sloppy. I don't know. It's probably a pizza or something. Not sure. Anybody knows? Let us know, because I don't know.
Abigail says, not a fan of Subway. I knew I liked you, Abigail. You obviously have good taste in food.
Yes, most excellent. So what have you been up to this week then, Jeff?
Well, I started out earlier in the week way up north by the Canadian border, and I have worked my way down, and now I'm headed to Columbus, Nebraska, and I will do this delivery, and then after that, I don't know. But I'll be right in the where all the freight lines are, so.
There'll be work. That's good, because I mean, you never know from one end of the week to the next where you're going to be, do you? Really? For some people, that's
as long as the wheels are turning, I'm earning.
Yeah, I mean, some people couldn't handle not knowing what they were doing. Some people, it's just their ideal job. Strange, isn't it? Well, I've had a quiet week.
Mark's Adventure says, I think it's the U.S. diner, old style Sloppy Joe's are hamburgers, aren't they, Jeff? Yeah, Sloppy Joe's, they're kind of a hamburger in a sauce. I sent you Sloppy Joe's, didn't I?
A hamburger?
Yeah, Sloppy Joe's. I sent you Sloppy Joe's, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think over here we don't go in for that sort of thing so much. Although, having said that, these things are always changing. We didn't go in for burgers till they turned up, and all these different things turn up. It all changes. Sorry, I'm just having a few technical fix here. So, and that's been your week, yeah?
Yeah, it's slowed down a little bit. I have, when I get back to Columbus, I have no idea. They'll probably send me to Story City, I would imagine. Okay. It's farm chemical time now that the corn is knee high.
Okay. Excellent. Well, my week has been fairly quiet. It's because I arranged to go and see my daughter at the weekend. So I was kind of geared up for that. And then the person who looks after the cats had double booked, so I didn't have anyone to feed the moggies. So the weekend got put aside. I'm going to go another time. But, so yeah, I've had a very quiet one. Not done a lot. I've made a couple of films. Of course, I went to London last week, and there's a film to come from that, which I think could lead to a rather interesting film to follow that one. But we're not going to tell you anything about that till the time comes. So yeah, that's been my week. Very quiet week. Prior to that, though, last time we had the show, there was an interesting article that didn't get broadcast. So we're going to put that one on first tonight, because it's something that happened in Glastonbury. And the people who've seen the video many of them have come up to me to say what an excellent idea that was. So I'm going to run it now and see what you think. Back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today you find me in Herbie's Field down at the bottom of Glastonbury, and here for something rather special which I'm going to tell you about right now. So what is recycle? Good question. The easiest way of describing it is it's a free car boot sale where everything's free. However, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You've got to ask, why is everything free? Well, stuff here quite often is ready to go to landfill. People are going to throw it away. They're going to get rid of it. But no, they come down here because a lot of this stuff has got a new home to go to. And what happens here is people come down, they put their stuff out and they give it away. And I think it's absolutely brilliant because everything that's given away isn't in landfill and it's having another life with a new owner. And I think that is so commendable. Look, I want to show you something. You know me and cakes and waffles and such like. Look what I got this morning. Only a waffle maker. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it is very much like a car boot sale. Everything's laid out on the floor. You can come along, pick your bits and pieces up. But here, you just take them home. You just simply take them home with you. Just been speaking to the lady just leaving behind me. She's actually giving everything away. How cool is that? All of the things she came with have gone to new homes. One of them has gone to me. Look at this. Wonderful air pressure thing for me bike. It's been absolutely fabulous. The amount of stuff that's gone out of that gate over there into new homes that isn't going to go into landfill. This has been a cracking success. Well, there you go. That is amazing. We've only had the one so far. It's organised by a local group here, and it is basically an excellent idea. In fact, I interviewed the lady, if you watched the entire film, and she explains that she actually bumped into somebody on their way to the tip to take some stuff and said, no, bring it here. So they diverted into that car booty cover thing and got rid of most of their stuff. The only rule is that you mustn't leave anything behind in the field. You have to take everything behind that you don't give away and deal with it as you would have done. But as you were going to landfill anyway, it's a win-win, isn't it? Hello, the phones are going crazy tonight. Well, I say crazy, that's the second one. Who have we got? Good evening and welcome to Tales from the Tour. Who have we got tonight? Oh, it's a wandering neighbourhood station master, pondering as he goes, no doubt. Let me just press this button. How are you, Bernie?
Not too bad, thanks, Gabe. No, been at work today.
Good, good. At the station?
Yes.
What were you up to?
We had a celebrity guest, though I didn't know it was a celebrity guest.
I wasn't there, was I?
No, you weren't there. Not yours. Not you. Not this time.
A proper celebrity, a real one. Who'd you have?
I apparently was giving a little talk on the hop industry to Doctor Who.
Oh.
And it was Tom Baker.
Oh, the real Doctor Who.
The real Doctor Who.
Oh, that's all right
yeah.
then.
I never really recognised him because I saw him from the front. If I'd have seen him from the side, I'd have known him immediately. But
he has a distinctive Romanesque nose, doesn't he?
Yes. But he was standing behind what was obviously his family that he was out with.
Okay.
Quite intently when I was explaining to him about the hopping industry and showing the pictures of my family hop picking, and he seemed quite interested in that. He smiled a couple of times and nodded, and then I had to go and do something else because I got called to do something else, and they got back on the train and went back to Tenterton. So
there you go. So what were you station mastering, ticket officing? What was your role today?
I was station master today.
Did you have your nice big watch on?
I'm usually booking office on Sunday and station master when we operate on Tuesday.
Do you want to say that to Jeff? He's standing by.
Yes, I can see.
Hello,
Jeff
station
there.
master.
There then, Jeff.
I am well.
Iowa. Have you not?
I'm sorry?
Say that again, Bernie.
Jeff, you've been to Ottumwa, Iowa.
I have. Yes, I took a picture of an avenue in Phoenix that has Bernie's last name and asked him.
O'Reilly by any chance?
So there's a bit
Didn't
of a
run
delay
into
going
him,
on
no.
here, Bernie.
No,
Do you wanna
I
ask something?
didn't. I didn't run into radar.
Can you hear him, Bernie?
No, it's not. I just had the answer. I asked him, has he been to Ottumwa?
Yeah.
Did he run into radar?
Yeah, I think
No.
there's a bit of a delay going on here. I'm sorry about this.
There is very much a delay going on because I'm talking a long time after you are on screen, but it often happens, mate. It often happens.
Excellent. So, Jeff, given there's a delay, do you want to carry on talking to Bernie?
Yeah, I was just going to say that I thought that the last time he did the show, he was getting out. Oh, no, that was last month, wasn't it? I was going to say, because he was getting up early and he was going up to see Jackie, but that was last month. So so you're going to Scotland soon, you said?
Right, yes. Last month, I went down to Jackie's because I took her to see the Drifters in Yeovil for her birthday.
Well, I hope you have fun in Scotland.
But I'm up early again tomorrow because I'm going to pick her up so we can go to Scotland.
Whereabouts in Scotland are you going?
We're going to Fort William.
Oh, nice. Top end of the loch.
Yes.
Oh, there's some beautiful scenery up there.
There's also some beautiful midges.
Well, there is that true. That is also true. You will have to take the old anti-midge cream with you or you will get eaten alive.
Yes, I know. So we've got all of that already.
Good. Anything lined up for your show next week yet?
Well, yes, if you remember last time I said it, and I'm glad I've just seen his name there.
Yes.
Because, as you well know, Andrew Norris
exactly
has very kindly agreed to be my deputy chairman and stand in when I'm not there.
That's right.
Because others like yourself and that, you've got your own shows and everything to do. You're getting very busy, but everybody likes Andrew, and he was quite the natural choice to be my stand-in. I
think it's a good idea. And I thought I'd remind you so that you had a chance to tell everybody that he's going to be on again next week, because I'm quite looking forward to it.
Wednesday evening, they will need to tune in to Andrew Norris 1.
I will put that. There's a few email addresses I'm going to do. What I tend to do is I'll put it in a comment, and then I'll pin it to the top. So the first comment you see will have all the contacts on it. I'll do that when it goes right.
Most people are familiar with what he normally uses, which is Andrew Norris 2.
Yeah.
But he has this other channel, and that's the one he'll use for the live. It's Andrew Norris 1.
Marvellous. Well, we will look forward to that, won't we, Jeff?
Yes, we will.
So,
I can hear myself talking on his phone at the other end. It's most confusing.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I the sound, but obviously because I have to have the sound because I can't hear you otherwise.
I know, it's a shame that, isn't it?
Well, it's just the way that you've got it set up. That's all. You know, it can't be helped.
It's a real shame that the Ponderer couldn't be with us tonight, because we have a special guest, that one, and he's coming on later, and he wanted to talk about the hang on, what's that? Yeah, he says he's very disappointed that the Ponderer's not here. But anyway, later on, I think he's going to pop in and just say hello, and then come back and see everybody.
I don't know if you noticed it in chat, Jeff, but Dave's here. He came in and said
yes, I'm clenching my I'm rocking in my chair and I'm clenching to catch up on the comments.
I think it's Dave who should be rocking in his chair and clenching, don't you? Sorry, Dave. Glad to see you with us. So, Jeff, tell us about Dave. What's he saying?
We have Sylvia from Germany joined us tonight.
Ah, hello, Sylvia.
And Andrew Graham says, what's happening in Glastonbury? Civil war at the Chalice Well, and now Merlin has been attacked.
I know. It's appalling. The Chalice Well, for whatever reason, moved the statue, but actually took it out because it had an association, they thought, with an artist who's been disgraced. Anyway, this got all of the sort of floaty goddesses and all that sort up in arms. And there's it's actually turning quite nasty. There was a letter went out today from the staff up there who have actually been given a very hard time by some of these new age enlightened types, and it's not very impressive. I've kind of stepped away from it because it doesn't bother me one way or the other. I think where they put it was much better, but anyway, it's a long story. And yes, Merlin getting attacked. We have spoken to Merlin. I spoke to him just as we went live. Merlin is actually fine. The guy had too much sherbet, as usual. We have people in Glastonbury who do like the sherbets, and he'd had a few too many. And I think that situation has now been resolved. We will have some interesting news regarding Merlin, because those of you who know him fairly well will know that he used to have a shop in Bridgnorth. Well, I'm not going to say much more than that, but Merlin may be going travelling soon on this channel, so watch out for some news on that one, because that'll be interesting.
Well,
we have the wandering punter with us tonight. He's here. He says, hi, everyone. He says, tired, Bernie, and still have headache.
Does he want a link, or is he just going to stay out tonight and watch?
When he texted me, he said he wasn't up to it. So
okay, fair enough. We'll hold that one over for next show, ladies and gentlemen, because Dave has actually ordered a special set of cards from the great big special magician in the sky in order to do a trick tonight. But unfortunately, the chicken biryani that he had last night is doing hop, skip, and a jump and causing all sorts of problems for him, involving the great white telephone. So he's a bit out of commission tonight, sadly. But next time, Jeff, you look like you want to say something.
Sylvia says, I'm planning to come to Glastonbury soon, maybe September, with my 3 children. Can anyone recommend a nice, lovely guest house?
Yes, if she wants to email me on glastonburygabriel@gmail.com, I will put her in touch with the people in the information centre who can give her the guidance. Get her in. There's some nice bed and breakfast. There's some nice Airbnbs, and I'll put her in touch with the people in the office in town that deal with all that. And she's got them back come and meet me for coffee and cake as well.
Andrew Norris has joined us. He says, hey there, Gabe and Jeff. I managed to make it.
Oh, good evening, Andrew. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Everybody's joining us. And
I'm going to say good night, Gabe, because you're getting involved with 2 or 3 other different people here, so we don't want to get you confused.
It's that delay. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about that. Not a problem. As I say, it's nice to chat to both of you, and I hope you all enjoy Andrew's broadcast next week.
We will. We've got a bit of Andrew for later, actually, showing the master at work.
I'll be back from Scotland sooner than you know it.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't you take your time. Don't rush. I mean, I know you're going to come back bitten by midges, but boy, I wish I was coming up there with you. So many places.
Wait to get on the Isle of Skye and walk around in my shorts and hear these people say, Bunny, where's your trousers?
Hey, they're gone there. That's right. Now, what you've really got to do is get out to the Hebrides, the Outer Hebrides. Man, it's gorgeous out there. Absolutely. You've got to get to the Outer Hebrides if you're up that way.
I might get there one of these these days. You never know.
Anyway, Bernie, fantastic to talk to you. You have a great night, and we'll see you post Scotland, as it were.
Yes, you certainly will. Take care, both of you, and everybody else, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye, Station Master. Andrew Norris says it's Andrew Norris 1, all one word.
Yeah, we'll like I say, at the end, when the show goes off, it goes as a video on the channel, and in the comments I will pin all of these details, because there's a couple of others to go on there as well. I'll pin all of these details onto that, and so that you can just click on them and go through. Anything in the comments there, Jeff?
Andrew Norris says it'll be an honor to take the reins of the village social hall next week.
I'm looking forward to it. I must admit, I remember when Andrew did it before, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It should be a good show. Is Andrew going to have phone-ins or anything like that, or is it just going to be a straight, easy streamcast?
I don't think he did last time, but we should find out before we go. Andrew says, I really liked the Wandering Ponder's last video, the painter who lived in Coggeshall. Yes, it was a very good video, and the house that she lived in was really quite amazing.
Wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moving along a bit. Where am I? I need to find my
Well, make the Ponderer sorry that he wasn't able to be on the show. Show him a taste of his of our special guest.
The special guest that we have on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you of a certain age will remember this guy, and he's coming to see you now. I'm just going to step outside because he needs to make an announcement. He needs to make an entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you tonight's star of the show, Mr. Tommy Cooper. That was almost like a wrestling introduction, wasn't it? How you doing, Tommy? All right, baby. Yeah, so that's the great Tommy Cooper. Now, he wanted to join us tonight, didn't you? Yes, I did. Because he wanted to, he was going to tell us what he thought of the Ponderer and his magical abilities, didn't you? Yes, I did. And but unfortunately, he couldn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait till Dave's fine, and then we're going to ask Mr. Cooper here, that's me, if he wouldn't mind judging Mr. Ponderer's handiwork. Isn't that right? Yes, that's right. There you go. So there you go. This, by the way, is a very famous statue of Tommy Cooper, isn't it? Yes, it is. And it sits in the Tommy Cooper exhibition at the Magician's Circle Museum.
The Magic Circle, yes.
I think it's in London. Is it in London? Yeah, in London. Okay, then. Well, there you go. And this is a limited edition copy of it. Only 1,000 of these were ever made. Yeah, 1,000. So this is number. How many is this? I can't see. Put me glasses.
It's 161. It's 161 out of 1,000.
Yeah, it's 161 out of 1,000. Just straighten his tie there. Of 1,000, and he's quite a chap, aren't you? And he's bronze, and he weighs a ton. Don't prop me. I won't. He does weigh like a lot. So he's going to go away now. Oh, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. We're going to put you back over there. No, you're not. Yes, I am. And we are going to say goodbye to Tommy. Goodbye. And we will see him next week. Oh, see you then. Bye-bye. So there you go. That's the great and wonderful Tommy Cooper, who is going to join us next time the Ponderer comes on with his magic tricks. So,
and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the reason why you do not play on YouTube at night when you're bored and have nothing going on, because you end up with a solid bronze limited edition Tommy Cooper statue.
Did someone say my name? Exactly. So there you go. Now I've got my glasses, so I've got some good news. Or as they say on Top Gear, good news. Brilliant news, in fact. Do you remember last week I had this whole thing about the not the great oak. What's it called? The big oak tree in in Nottingham Forest. Supposedly it's 1,000 years old. Robin Hood met under it with his merry men, and it's a very famous tree. It's an iconic tree, and there's this thing going around that the root rot had set in, and it was going to die. And in fact, if you wanted to go and see it this year, because next year it wouldn't be there. Not the case, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with some good news, shall we? Online hoaxers have been blasted for spreading fake rumours about the great oak in Sherwood Forest dying. Legend has it that Robin Hood and his merry men met under this great tree near Edwinstone in Nottinghamshire. The 92-foot high tree, which weighs 23 tonnes, is one of the most recognisable and well known in the UK. Last week, wildlife enthusiasts were alarmed when rumours spread on social media warning the tree's roots had rotted and it wouldn't survive the winter. One Facebook post read, "If anyone has wanted to see the major oak, make the effort this year." Well, I was taken in by that, but apparently it's not true. So it is good news. The great oak is not about to meet its maker. Well, that's nice, good news. Will you get out? That's good news, isn't it? This is why I was trying to take the show over. That's good news. I'm really pleased about that. However, I still want to go and see the great oak, whatever it's called, because it's famous and it's there, and I'd like to go and see it. So at some point, and please don't suggest it as a there and back in the day, because I know for a fact I'll get stuck. It's not near trains. I haven't got a car, so it's not doable. But I will go there at one point when I've got a car, and we will go and we will see the oak. Is it the mighty oak, great oak? I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, we will go and see it. Jeff, you're smiling. Is there things going on in the comments there?
Everybody is saying just like that, just like Tommy Cooper.
Not like that. Like that. Ha 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 ha. Did you go there? Did you go there? No, like that.
Andrew Norris says, great news about the oak. I hope everyone who visits in autumn collects some acorns and plants them.
Yeah, it is fenced off, so I don't know how easy they would be to catch. And incidentally, while I was doing the research on this today, apparently some people climbed it recently and damaged it. Loads of bark have been stripped off. So I don't know what's been going on over there. Some people just don't deserve to breathe, I think. But anyway, that's probably a bit harsh. But I think if you're going to do that to a tree or beat up a wizard, then the world's a sad place. So yes, so that's it. Anything else in the comments?
Station Master says, I bet on a horse once at 20-1. He came in at 4:20.
I like the good old jokes. Yeah, that's a Tommy Cooper joke, if ever I heard one.
He says, Tommy wasn't as tight as some folks make out. He bought me a drink once. Well, now there's a story I'd like to hear.
Mm-hmm. I actually met his brother. His brother ran a magic shop in Slough, of all places, which is a dismal hole. I mean, who was it? The poet who said, "Come friendly bombs and fall on Slough." He was right. I mean, I don't know what it's like now, but back when I lived in Uxbridge, which is just up the road, I used to go there. But yeah, quite a guy. Apparently, he used to go in there, but I never met him himself. But I did go in the shop, and his brother was in there. But that
Mark's Adventure says, my friend told me there is a groan on the trunk stump of Sycamore at Sycamore Gap. I have asked them to take video, but it's cordoned off, I'm told.
Yeah. There's a what on the stump?
My friend has told me there is a groan on the stump. Oh, he's talking about that tree that they cut down. Yes. That's at Hadrian's Wall that's coming back.
It's a sycamore. And apparently, sometimes they cut them down like that and it improves their growth. That tree will eventually return. That's why they're keeping people away from it. You will see growths coming out of that bark and it will start to grow shoots. There are many, many, many pictures, if you go online and Google it, of these trees after they've been cut off. It's like really, I mean, it's pollarding gone mad. It really is. But that's what they do to them. And there's photographs of them after they've been pollarded, for want of a better term, when they've grown again. So it won't look the same. It will look completely different because they're quite stumpy and nubbly, but at least the tree will still be there, which is a good thing, I guess. Anything else, Jeff, before we go into the next film?
Andrew Norris says John Betjeman wrote, "Come friendly bombs and fall on slaw." How do you say that word? Slaw?
Slough. S-L-O-W, as far as you're concerned. Slough, yeah.
We would say that slew. That would be like, like not far from my house, Getty Slough, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's spelled like, yeah, it is, because it's spelled S-L-O-U-G-H or slough. But anyway, yes, it had a reputation. Its biggest industry there, I believe, was the Mars chocolate factory. A huge factory there making Mars chocolates. Anyway, that's for another day. We've got a film coming up which stars our wonderful man here, Jeff, doing a bit of pondering himself. However, our intrepid Jeff took his life literally in his hands when he stopped his truck just outside Phoenix to film the introduction to this. He was joined on, not quite on camera, but down by his feet somewhere. You have a look.
Hello everyone, it's Jeff again. And I am on a lonely hill as you leave Phoenix on Interstate 17, headed north toward Flagstaff. And I want to talk about these lonely saguaros. They are the last grove that you see when you leave the low desert in southern Arizona. They are the last saguaros. As I travel across the deserts of the southwest United States, I spend a lot of time thinking about saguaros. I always wonder, do they know? Do they know that they lead a torturous existence out in the desert? Do they know? I always wonder, are they the reincarnated souls of people that I would recognize from history because of their evil deeds? I always wonder about saguaros. I just think that they live such a pitiful existence. Saguaros grow their first arm sometime after they are 50 years old and before they are 100. And by the time a saguaro has 4 or 5 arms, they can be quite old. Do they know how old they are? What would they say to us? If they could talk, would they ask what happened to the great chief with the yellow hair that led a great many soldiers into battle? Would they ask what happened to the one-armed crazy man who spent half his life in this desert looking for trails and gold and things which he never found? Would they ask about the conquistadors who looked for the fountain of youth and gold and silver? Would they ask who won the battle, the battles that they used to witness between the blue and the gray? Would they wonder who won? Did they become old and wise all of the years standing on this desert? All of the things they've witnessed, all the people they've seen, have they acquired wisdom? How would we explain to them why the summers are hotter and the rains come less frequently? How would we explain whatever happened to the Native Americans, the ones that lived in their area, and the buffalo herds? What would we tell them? How would we explain it? A person thinks about funny things when they travel along a deserted highway in the southwest of the United States on a 116-degree June day. Remember, everybody, Be good to one another. Think good thoughts. Do good deeds. And I will see you on another adventure.
Thanks, Jeff. That was a particularly excellent video. Food for thought as well, really, because those guys, they stick around for a long time, don't they?
They live to be quite old. There's several down in the Tucson area that are 700 or 800 years old.
Mm. And of course, like you said in that film, they live to 100 before they even sprout an arm.
Yeah, if you see one and it's got one arm, you can figure it's 7,500 years old, and they just go from there. They sprout their second, third, and fourth and fifth arm kind of randomly after they sprout the first one. And yes, your picture of the rattlesnake was very apropos, because there was a rattlesnake that I was trying. He was crawling around. I was trying to avoid him. I could just see myself getting bit. And he was not a small snake. He was a snake that was living a good life on the Sonoran Desert.
Like I said, I mean, we go to great lengths on this channel to bring, interesting entertainment and knowledge to our viewers. And we often take our lives in our hands, literally, in your case, for which we thank you. Anything else in the comments?
Abigail was talking about the gnats, the midges at her house. I've heard tales that Scotland is blessed with a lot of bugs in the summer.
Cursed with the damn things, little midges, and now those annoying little things that past your ear. Ooh, horrible.
Oh, see, I'm a fly fisherman. I'm a fly fisherman. I see a bug, I have good thoughts. So
you don't really see these little things because they're tiny little. Nah, they get everywhere. And the further north you go into the Highlands, the worse they get. They really are. It's not fun. It's not fun. You see people like this walking up, slapping themselves. I believe there's creams you can get that kind of deter them, but yeah, I think it deters people as well because they can't stand the smell. Oh dear. Last week, anything else before I carry on, Jeff?
Everyone's saying thank you. Great video. Andrew Norris says, thanks, Jeff. Just imagine the history that they have witnessed. Yes, just think of the history that they have witnessed. There's actually something I've been going to do a video about, and I haven't yet, but it's on my list. During the American Civil War, the Confederates they had an agreement with the Mexican government, and the Mexican government gave them a bunch of gold so they could continue on in the war. And there was a group of Confederate soldiers that went across the South, went across Arizona, went down and met these people, and they were in the process of bringing the gold back from Mexico. And there was a battle, and it was kind of a battle in Arizona, and it was all by itself. It was completely separate because most of the American Civil War was, east, and, was fought in Pennsylvania, and, so yeah, I'm going to do a video about it someday.
Sounds interesting. Sounds very interesting. Speaking of Andrew, last week I showed a video. He very kindly sent Jeff and I some beautiful postcards, which were prints of artwork he'd done. And I've got them out here. I like looking at them. I'm going to get some frames and put them up my stairs quite soon. But he also sent me a film. It's out now. He's published it. And he gave me permission to edit it. So, Andrew, thank you very much. I hope you don't mind what I've done to it, but I've had to bring it down because it was a bit long. But I just want people to see Andrew in his painting environment. So let's see if I can do that. And it's this one here. Here we go. Well, first of all, before anything, Andrew, I hope that was okay. It's always very nervous re-editing an artist's work because every shot and everything's been thought about, and there you go, you're going in with your knife. So I had to shorten it, and I hope I haven't done it an injustice, Andrew. But as you can see, Andrew works pretty much on his kitchen table, and the work he produces, I find it stunning. I thought initially, and I'll probably get shouted at by somebody here, I've seen artists who take like a photograph and paint over the top, and I like it. It's an effect I really like, and I thought that's what he was doing because parts of it look like photographic images, but no, he's painting the whole thing from a plain piece of paper. Very talented man, apparently a very famous artist as well, isn't he, Jeff?
I have to ask Andrew, if you're still with us, if you've ever seen the American artist Bob Ross and what you think of his art. Because what he does really isn't art, but I was just curious what you thought. We have Tracy Murphy with us tonight. She says, look forward to your broadcast, Andrew.
Yes, that's going to be next Wednesday. That'll be fun. Any more?
Andrew, Abigail says, Andrew, your artwork is amazing and beautiful. You are so talented. Thank you for your wonderful video. Yes, that pretty much sums it up, Abigail. And
in the pinned comment where I'll be putting the links and stuff will be a link to that actual video. It's up on YouTube now, and I'll put a link up to it because you really need to see all of it. That music is lovely, and just to watch all, because he has several different sets of images and bits and bobs, and you see how he works on each one individually. And his dog, he needs to tell us his dog and put his dog on Show Us Your Pet. Definitely. Definitely.
Mark's Adventure says Bob Ross was a staple on UK TV, and some channels still have his shows running. And Andrew Norris says, of course I've seen Bob Ross. He is a very skilled painter, if a little formulaic. Yes.
Formulaic. Yeah.
He was his show was very interesting. It was a staple on PBS here.
I must admit, I've not seen, but I'm a bit of a heathen like that, sadly. I admit it freely, but sadly. So what are you looking forward to in the next week, Jeff?
Well, they're saying next week that it'll hit 130 degrees in Death Valley. That'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I'm headed back for the Midwest. It should be a fairly easy week for me. We've lost Ponderer though, somewhere along the way.
He probably had to dash back to the Great White Telephone, perhaps.
I don't know. I hope he's all right. We lost him somewhere.
He wasn't too shocked by the appearance of Tommy Cooper on the show.
Oh, he's with us. He says, no, not yet. Good. I'm glad, Ponderer. I'm glad. I worry about you. You'd be a loss to the world. There's not many people like you.
Yeah. Has he seen the original of that statue? Have you seen the original of that statue, Dave? Because I presume, being a magician, you've been to see the exhibition or the museum or whatever.
I would imagine he's been to the Magic Circle, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Well, next week, what have I got coming up? Well, obviously, next Thursday, I'm going to Southport and back. I was going to go to Southport this Thursday, and I'm toying with the idea. I've been challenged in another film to see if I can get to Greenwich and back. Now, the day I went there, I did a film. I got as far as the Cutty Sark, and I filmed under the Cutty Sark, and that's going to be coming out on Friday. And the question was, The problem was Greenwich is, if you know London, is kind of southeast London, and it's not very well served by trains and things. And I went by boat, Uber, Clipper, the fast things from Westminster, and it took a time to get there. But I'd been to see somebody else first, and I didn't have a lot of time. So we want to go back to Greenwich, and the challenge is, can I get to Greenwich and see the Meridian line together with the observatory and the Cutty Sark and get home in a day? So I might do that on Thursday, because I'm sitting here, I'm stir crazy because I didn't get away for the weekend like I should have done. There's not a lot. Glastonbury during and after the festival is a ghost town. There's nothing happening. Nothing's organised. It takes people 2 weeks to get over Glastonbury before they start organising events and things. I do have on this weekend a new Mairing Day coming up, which I'll be filming on Sunday, I believe. But apart from that, not a lot. Oh, I am going to be interviewing the curate of our church. We're about to lose our vicar after many, many years. He's moving on. So the curate's going to be stepping up. So I'm going to be having a chat with him. Interesting chat. And that's my week ahead. I guess it's getting on for 9 o'clock now, Jeff. Any last thoughts?
The vicar that you're losing, he was a nice guy.
I like David McGeoch. We will be interviewing him before he goes and talking to him about his time in Glastonbury. He has been here a long time and seen a lot of things, so that should be an interesting interview. And at the hustings recently that he organised in the church, we spoke, and he's invited me to film his last service in the town, which takes place on the 18th of August. So I'll be going along and filming his last service, which I guess will be a bit of an emotional time for him. But yeah, we will be filming that. There's the clock telling us this is a clock that I inherited from Mum and Dad. It's my beloved grandfather clock, and it works rather nicely, as you can hear in the background. Anyway, just like the news at 10, this is the news at 9. So we'll call that a day then, Jeff, if that's all right. Any last comments on the comments or anything?
Yes, the Ponderer says, I used to be assistant manager in the Magic Circle. So, yes.
He has seen that. He's seen the real thing. There you go. We
Yes.
don't just get ordinary. We don't just get ordinary. Go on.
My advice to you, Ponderer, is to pick a shelf. Is to pick a shelf for Tommy to come and live on, because after we're done mocking him, he's going to be homeless. and it is a collectible piece. It's solid bronze. So let's see. Tracy Murphy says your broadcast tonight, Gabriel and Jeff, has been lovely. Thank you. Darren Surf says, has King Arthur returned yet? Anyone?
Nah.
Barry West is with us. Hi, Gabriel and Jeff. Just turned in, have been working on the election. Good on you, Barry. The world needs more volunteers.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad, because you often miss the show, so it's really nice to see you with us tonight. Excellent.
Andrew Norris says, it was lovely to spend the evening with you all. Thanks, Gabe and Jeff. Fascinating show for facilitating this great show. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
We go, Andrew, don't leave us yet. I've got to ask, who's that? Because when Andrew sent us, the wonderful prints, his business card was in there, and that was on the verse or the rear of his business card. So I just wanted to know, who is Ermintrude? She's a gorgeous looking cow. Tell us more. So anyway, on that bombshell, I guess we could wind down the show. It's lovely to see everybody in tonight. Some people who don't normally make it, and the usual crowd. I hope that you enjoyed tonight's show. we were going to have a couple of guests who both kind of couldn't make it at the last minute. So if we were a bit light on content tonight, I apologize, because we thought we wouldn't have to go so long on our own. But basically, both of those people, one of whom is my daughter, hopefully, will be joining us on here on a future show. And of course, Dave will be coming back with his super duper pack of cards to amaze us with yet another one of those mind-bending magic tricks he does. He's done tricks for me in person when we've met up before. And it's just you can't see how he does it. But then if you could see how he did it, he wouldn't be a magician, would he? There you go. So I'm going to say good night. Jeff, over to you to do the same thing.
Good night, everybody. It's been fun. Hope you feel better soon, Ponderer.
And we look forward to seeing you all in 2 weeks' time. So bye-bye.
Good night.